coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Play action. Now Jackson. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Second and 10. Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I have to imagine many defensive coordinators had a sleepless night trying to game plan ways to slow down Lamar Jackson. What do you think is the most effective way to try to do it?
Well, you've got to be a little counterintuitive because normally you're sitting on the wide receiver one, aren't you? But with Lamar Jackson, I'd sit on the tight end. He loves to throw into the middle of the field, loves that position as his number one target. Take that away and hope you have a corner who can stand up man-to-man against a speed guy on the perimeter.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Brings up second and 7.
Here's Jackson to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Well, for Lamar Jackson, we know all about how dangerous he is running the football, but he can really sling it as well, and he connects on a big one there.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Steelers nothing. Justin Tucker under kickoff for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Haskins. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Under 10.
Here's Haskins to throw. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Pat Freiermuth, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. And diving to try to get the 1st down. He's going to be a little bit shy of the marker. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. Past the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Mecole Hardman. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have...
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Cameron Hayward in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson eluding the pressure right. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
So now the Steeler offense coming onto the field. They'll try to add 2 more. They're going to run it with Harris. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Here's Hardman on the return. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Not much there, only a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They go play action now. Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Stephon Tuitt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Hey, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Taking it about the 36. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory. Why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Haskins. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. Touchdown! Deontay Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And I think this is what the early proponents of the forward pass were thinking about. Get it to a receiver and have him do some work afterwards in order to create the big play we just saw there.
And the next-gen stats show us the tale of how much yardage he was able to tack on after the catch. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, Jackson completes it to Hardman. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one goes for 30 yards. Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And, Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or 2, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Jackson on 1st down. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Now Jackson finds his tight end Ingram. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to third and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Lindsey now off the read option. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Phillip Lindsey, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Tucker with the extra point. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
Ravens 14. Justin Tucker to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is down to 4. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
On 2nd and 7, Haskins. That's complete to his tight end flyer move. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Harris. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Now Haskins to throw it. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On 4th down, the rookie Presley Harvin on to punt for the Steelers, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Here we go. Back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Setting up the screen here to Edwards. They'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Off the option, here's Edwards. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. To throw is Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll go underneath, dropping it off to Edwards. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Jackson. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Jackson now. He'll get this to Edwards out of the backfield. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Second and 8. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Completion here to Claypool. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Watch the pass. Mike 22, Mike 22. We ain't giving up nothing.
Now Haskins. It's brought in by Harris. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Haskins now off the bootleg. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 19. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They hand this off to Harris. Marcus Peters up to make the tackle.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Six yards left on second down.
Watch the backer. 58 for Mike. 58 for Mike. Get it together. Yeah, let's get set. 58, boys. 58.
Haskins will throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. All day, every day, any day. Go. 58, come on. 58, come on.
Here's Haskins to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And the Ravens will take over here at their own 12-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Jackson being chased out left, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Jackson leaves it with Edwards on the draw. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Second and 5 now. Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up third down now.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Jackson looking to throw on third. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
A third quarter now, to 1-point game as they line up second and 10. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And this will be swung out for Lindsey. And another juke. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Jackson from the shotgun. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Now it's Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
58, right over there, right over there.
Looking to throw, Haskins. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now it's Haskins. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On first down, Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. From the 41, Haskins. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
58, boys, 58, 58. Come on. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Now Harris. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Haskins, a pop pass to his wideout. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. 58, boys, 58.
Now Haskins to throw it. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Harris. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
They go play action now. Haskins. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Now it's Haskins. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because
he's got him in, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mecole Hardman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Makes the score Ravens 31, Steelers 28. Justin Tucker to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Haskins to throw. That's to Freiermuth. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now it's Haskins. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Harris stays on his feet. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here we go with Haskins. And yet again, Haskins is intercepted. 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. He's at the 30. 10, 5.
Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Edwards. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Here's Jackson. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All I know, partners, that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control. And yet they find a way to cough it up.
And the 2-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Oh, and that nearly ended him. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Haskins.
Pass complete to Harris and brought down, but a big gain, a gain that they needed. The only thing to keep in mind here is with him being tackled in bounds, that clock is moving.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Baltimore, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings.